G'day, mate. Thanks so much for reaching out. Very interesting message. Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it? How we feel anxious without external sources, or sometimes it's validation from other people. Sometimes it's chocolate. In my case, it was alcohol. Some people it's sex. People addicted to drama. The one thing I learned is happiness has to come from within. So there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Because while you're searching for something on the outside of you, you're putting your happiness in other people's decision making. Think about that. You're putting your happiness in other people's decision making. You know what? You're always going to be fucking disappointed. It's like actors. So in my space, if you put your happiness in, say, your followers or your fame, that's in other people's power, So by putting your happiness outside of you in alcohol or drugs or other people's opinions, you're taking your power and you're giving it away. So you've really got to focus on what you're grateful for, what you do have in your life. So in my case, even when I was going through a very public divorce, I was just grateful. But obviously this took a lot of fucking time, a lot of alcohol and other dumb ways that didn't work. I thought that I just really focused on my little boy was happy and safe and with the person who loves him just as much in the world as I do. And even though his mum and I went together, he was safe. And a lot of kids aren't safe. I just did a film in Fiji and it's fucking horrible, in it's a third world country and some of what the kids are going through. So wherever you are in the world, so over in Spain, it's like if you've got a roof over your head and shelter, and this isn't like looking out and going into the garden and saying there's no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds. But there is things in your life to be grateful for. And from that, you'll create happiness. You vibrate a different frequency. This isn't all woo-woo, heebie-jeebie. Quite literally, everything in the universe is energy, right? Every thought, every feeling you have is energy. So if you're choosing to attract different things in your life, you have to vibrate a different frequency. It's like a radio signal. So my advice, I just literally did it then. Little journal, and I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. This isn't some bullshit thing you see on the internet. Quite literally, the neuroscience, when you're grateful and truly grateful, dopamine is released from the brain. People do a lot of like drugs or alcohol or sex or whatever it is for that. So that would be my advice. Start by getting a little journal and you write down 3 things you're grateful for. And start from that, I hope that helps. And remember, don't put your happiness in other people's decision making because you're enough. You're loved and you are valued, my friend. Thanks for reaching out and I hope that helps. Talk to you soon.